And when you have $10 million of dirty foreign cash funneled into 20 shell companies, sliced up and wired into the bank accounts of at least 9 Biden family members of the sitting president who can't tell us what the family business is, your job's as good as done. Connecting the dots, that's the easy part. But since the money's leading to Joe Biden, the media not following it.
James Comer offering new details to bolster his claims that members of Joe Biden's family, including his son Hunter, received millions of dollars in payments from foreign entities in China and Romania. But so far, Republicans have failed to unearth any payments to Joe Biden while he was vice president or after leaving office. And their report today does not suggest illegality in the payments from foreign sources.
In other words, foreign bribes are now legal. As long as the money doesn't actually hit Joe Biden's checking account, the president can go out, execute American policy in other countries, and then have his family rake in millions in cash bribes from those same countries. And it actually is illegal. That's why Hunter's under investigation for tax evasion and money laundering. He did things that they threw Manafort in prison for, like foreign lobbying. Plus, there's a little something called the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. And I haven't even touched the national security damage the president's now basically bought off and compromised. But the New York Times just flat out said, quote, House Republican report finds no evidence of wrongdoing by President Biden. And Politico says Comer's explosive press conference raised fresh questions about their ability to ultimately capture their white whale, the president himself. Yes, of course. Joe Biden has nothing to do with the Biden family. Joe Biden flying family business associates into China and coming back with cash has nothing to do with Joe Biden. Joe Biden's brothers taking Romanian money after Joe Biden meets with the Romanian president has nothing to do with Joe Biden. Joe Biden's bank accounts that he commingles with his family also has nothing to do with Joe Biden. The voicemails, the text messages, the emails, the wire transfers, the photographs definitely don't connect Joe Biden to any of this. Do they think this is normal?
They think it's normal behavior for presidents' grandchildren to receive wires from foreign nationals. If they think it's normal behavior for a president's family to set up 20 companies and have emails where they use code names talking about that president, all while they're receiving payments from foreign nationals while the president or vice president's in office, then that's their opinion. But I don't think the average American sees it that way.
Ducey, ask Joe Biden what the $10 million was for. Did Hunter build a building we don't know about? Or did he make a product we haven't seen? The only thing I've ever seen Hunter make is love. And the closest thing we have to a business office is the White House, where Hunter's business partners visited 80 times when Joe Biden was vice president. Yeah, Hunter's business partners visited 80 times when he was VP. Doesn't have anything to do with Joe Biden. They were just on sightseeing tours, probably. Hunter Biden's business partners meeting with Joe Biden's staff and State Department officials were probably just friendly get-togethers. Yeah. Now, if you want evidence, how about this? Why did the Biden campaign get the CIA to shut down the Hunter laptop story if Joe wasn't involved? If the laptop's filled with your run-of-the-mill business documentation, so what's so controversial? Why'd they have to lie about it? And it wasn't just former CIA guys who jiggered with the election. It was active CIA guys in 2020 whose letter changed votes. And one of those CIA guys, former CIA Director John Brennan, testified today behind closed doors in Congress on why he interfered with an American election. And Democrats are defending dirty CIA directors.
What you see from someone like Director Brennan is exactly what we hope for in our public servants. And this is a infringement on the First Amendment that this investigation is going on. He was a private citizen when he wrote this letter.
So former CIA directors can now interfere in our elections. That's the new rule, as long as they're private citizens. So foreign bribes are fine, and CIA interference in our elections is fine. Got it. Is this how Washington works? Congressman Jim Jordan questioned Brennan today, and he joins us now to tell us more. So, Congressman, what did the former CIA director have to say when you put the screws to him?
He said for a 4-hour interview, Jesse, and he further confirmed that this thing was all political. Understand that Tony Blinken first contacts Mike Morrell and says, oh, what do you think about this laptop issue? And then Blinken later that same day, October 17, 2020, sends Mike Morrell the USA Today article, the story. That story gets put in the very letter that John Brennan, Mike Morrell, and 49 other former intel officials sign on to. And they, again, just didn't sign on as Mike Morrell, private citizen exercising his First Amendment rights, John Brennan, private citizen. They signed on as former acting director of the CIA, former head of the CIA. They used their title. So, yeah, we expect Mr. Goldman talked about public servants. We expect public servants not to use their title to influence an election. And it was so political when it was all done, this talking point they wanted to give Joe Biden for that final debate with President Trump. It was so political. After that debate's over, the campaign calls up Mr. Morrell, thanks him for it. He gets an attaboy from Steve Ricchetti, chairman of the Biden campaign.
Sure.
So it just further confirmed all that.
So, Congressman, did you ask him why the CIA lies to voters to swing elections to Democrats?
We asked him about what took place in the Publication Review Board, where it looks like someone, based on what Mr. Karians, another individual who signed that letter, who had a different matter pending in front of that review board, gets called in October by that review board, and they said, your book is fine. Oh, by the way, would you like to sign on to this letter? So a current employee of the CIA was actively soliciting people to sign on to this letter that was used in a total political fashion with all their names associated, so Joe Biden would have a talking point in the debate. Why do you need a talking point if the laptop's not real? If it's all fake and Russian information, why would you need the talking point? And he presented it as if it was all organic. They just Shazam. It just happened out of the goodness of all these individuals' hearts. They wanted to do this as if there was no political motivation whatsoever, and we know that was not accurate.
All right, let's get some more follow-ups. I think you got to bring every single one of those 51 in there and
Mr.
get them on the
next
record.
week.
Good.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, Congressman.
You bet. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.